Hey there, StarCraft fans! Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2. Today, going to be a 2v2 between two guys you've seen before on the channel. Two great guys. It's going to be lioncat and PlaysBadly versus a team of Machico and ZelenKai here on Gemgarden. So, team right side, Team Captain America. The enemy, Machico and ZelenKai, or maybe it's Team France, I guess, because red and blue are very common colors on flags. And for identification, on the left side, it's going to be our heroes. It's PlaysBadly and lioncat. They are here. I think I have the camera on the opposite person, but you know what's going on here. Ginormous map here is Gemgarden. Holy smokes. Look at how big it is. Let me zoom out all the possible ways that I can. That's it. That's me zoomed out as far as I can. And look. 8 years later, you end up at the enemy base. So rush strategies, I don't know, man. Nidusing strategies where you don't have to walk across the map. You can teleport there is pretty good. Warp Prism stuff also going to be good in that situation. Terran doesn't really have instant transportation type things. I mean, Warp Prisms have to get across the map anyway. And I mean, Overlord has to get across the map to spawn a Nidus regardless. But you know what I'm saying. The instant transportation of troops across the map very fast. Or creation of troops across the map very fast. So we're walling off anyway. Look, man, there's no Zergs here. Unless they spawned in as random, in which case you're walling off in case they are Zerg, because you don't know. And in fact, at this point, you're not going to get any information, because look at this. Oh, unless it lets you in. Never mind, you get all the information. Congratulations here, lioncat, getting all of the information. And, oh, throwing up a pylon. Hang on, hang on. Are they going to check? Oh, they don't check it. They don't check it. Oh, we've got some debris over here. Weird overmind goopy stuff. So, he's like, I know what's going on. No second gas. Ooh, there's an early second gas. And an engineering bay. Oh, no. Is ZelenKai bad? Is he going to planetary his main? Well, at least Machico's got a cyber core already. Good for him. It's 2 racks. Here from ZelenKai. Probe sees all of this. Good job, Probe. But look, pylon's up. The problem is, can you get away from your escort in order to throw up a cannon or throw up a proxy, anything? Are you going to slow warp in units there? He's getting a second gas. He's getting warp gate. Oh my gosh. Okay, so he throws up a pylon here and says, oh no, I got trapped. You know he can mineral walk out of that, right? But look, now the Terran thinks, okay, I found the proxy. I knew the proxy was here. Let's kill it. Let's not find another proxy pylon, because obviously there's not another one. We kept an eye on him. We didn't miss anything. The narrator says they actually did miss something, yes. We're chrono boosting it. It's got to be DTs, right? Yeah. Twilight Council, Templar Archives, slow warp in DTs. Remember when proxy pylons were just fast warp? Are you old enough? Were you playing StarCraft 2 back in the day when pylons were just straight up fast warp? And the proxy 4-gate with a pylon for reinforcement was the greatest thing in all time. Ah, the Marines found it. ZelenKai. ZelenKai found it. All right. Well, that's the end of that. I mean, might as well get... I guess we're getting a robo now. We were going to get a Templar Archive. Second base is up from Machico. We didn't planetary the main, did we? No. ZelenKai did not. He's using the engineering bay for upgrades. Falcon. Do not judge him harshly. To judge him harshly is too mean. Do not be allowed. Armory coming in from PlaysBadly. He's got factory working. We are working on this debris. I guess it does give you access to a couple bases out here. Can be accessed by killing rocks or by mining through minerals, so it's not entirely safe from ground attack, but safe enough for the time being, I would say. Concussive shell on the way. Infantry armor on the way from ZelenKai. Lioncat. I guess at this point you make a warp prism and then you make DTs and then you warp them inside the enemy base with the warp prism instead of the pylon, which again is the more traditional way to do it. Hiding the Dark Shrine up there. Okay, good enough. Dark Shrine it is. Hallucinated Phoenix goes for the scout. Sees the robo, doesn't see a Dark Shrine, doesn't see anything that can make DTs actually. Oh, and then totally scouts it. Dude, Hallucinated Phoenix with the scout. He's like, well... Machico pings it and says, DTs, please be having turrets. Please be having scans available. Please make cannons. Come on, Machico. Or chrono boost out an obs. It's good enough. Chrono boost out an obs. This is all very fine. Team right side figures out what's going on. Scouts it. Is going to prepare for it. And all this DT opening stuff that lioncat was going for is just not happening. Little Marine. Okay, ZelenKai winning that battle. Yo. I mean, it's blue versus blue. It's kind of hard to see on this map, especially because the ground is kind of teal anyway. Yeah, Stalker Micro. Stalker Micro can defeat Marines pretty darn effectively, actually. And there's the chase out. And everybody's going to die. Nobody's getting home. Not this time, sir. Blue Flame's on the way from PlaysBadly. Usually we see Blue Flame used against Zerg, against their Zerglings, but I guess if you want to use it against enemy Zealots, it's not too bad. Now, the question is, are we making Zealots? Not really. Machico seems to have 5 Stalkers and a Sentry. That's not what he seems to have. That is what he has. Third base on the way from PlaysBadly. Second base saturated here from lioncat. I mean, is he even bothering with the Dark Shrine? He is. Oh, he's shifting out with a probe. Is there like a secret place you can expand? Or maybe he's trying to set up like a pylon gate combination here for fast warp-ins. But you already have a warp prism. Why are you bringing a probe over here? Okay, Warp Prism is not here to warp in DTs. Who's going to do that? This guy is. He's going to build a pylon and build a gate and get fast warp-ins here. But in the meantime, Warp Prism can do it. There you go. Warp Prism. Warping in 3 DTs. It's fast. It's economical. They're inside your base. Now, who's ready for this? We've got one turret. We've got another turret on the way. We have no army at all to handle this if DTs walk into your main mineral line. None. However, can they actually get in here? No. Without this stuff dying. Which is dying pretty quick. He's like, do you think we should be worried about attacks from this direction? Yeah, I think so. There's DTs up there. Yeah, and there's the gate. Because again, if the pylon is on top of the gate, then it warps in fast. Pylon not touching a gate or a nexus is going to warp in slow. It was the way to kind of allow for... Well, it's the way to allow Protoss to actually defend by warping in quickly rather than warping in slowly. It's like they wanted a way for Protoss's warp in quickly on defense, but not on offense. And this was the compromise. At least force the Protoss to commit to an entire gateway or like a nexus across the other side of the map if they want to fast warp in on somebody's base. We mine through here. So this is open now. Open to ground attacks. Everyone's being pretty chill for now, though. This is big DT ball, man. This is DT ball of DT balls. Gonna warp gate that sucker too. Here comes... Oh my gosh. Well, I guess we just hope they don't notice. Ah, DT blink. I didn't see DT blink coming through the production tab. Let's go. Wait, was that an EMP? I don't think it was. Turret dead. Observer chasing. I don't think this is doing very much. No, the investment of DTs is not nearly paying for itself at this point. This forward stuff's going to die too. And we need something else. What are we doing here, lioncat? 3-basing lioncat. What are we working on right now? We've got, well, a lot of warp gates. And our army consists of a zealot and 2 DTs and 2 stalkers. DT does get into this main mineral line of ZelenKai. Like I said, there's nothing here to actually stop the DT from killing stuff. You can see him. But just because you can see him does not mean you can kill him. Blinking out. Sniped. Sniped. Sniped.
I'm here in the shadows.
Not bad at all. So where are we at supply-wise? 113 and 78 versus 163 and 69. ZelenKai's at 70 supply. Oh, buddy. Oh, friend. His worker count's probably bad, right? Let's look at that real quick. 33 compared to 82, 58, and 71. Yeah. All right. Needs a third base. Needs to, I would say, resaturate the main. But, dude, he only needs 2 SCVs to do that. Never mind. He resaturated it. No problem. I like the sensor towers. Just all over this left side by PlaysBadly. It's a big map. If you can see stuff coming, it is a saving thing to do. It will save your butt. 3 Stargates on the way from Machico. I don't know if he's trying to go carrier here. Maybe Mass Void Ray, but Mass Void Ray against Terran is not ideal. And lioncat's here with slow zealots. He's like, hey, 3 Stargates, huh? Cool. You're working on charge? Yeah, it's like 70% done. Not going to be done really for this attack unless it continues onward, which it might. Machico zealots have speed. They are responding. Who's got upgrades in this situation? 1-1 for lioncat and a 1-0 for Machico. That said, sheer numbers were just too much. Raven for permanent detection available from ZelenKai as well. Excellent. 4 command centers at a time in production. What? I guess there's one. Did I hallucinate that? Zealots. Ooh, I like the Banshee idea against enemy Zealots too. Zealots are tanky, but Banshee DPS is pretty good. They do big chunks of damage too, which means the shielding, the armor that Zealots have is negated. Not entirely, but enough to make Banshees a pretty effective deterrent to Zealots. You don't see it a lot in PvT, but I think it's a good idea. So Machico's maxed out. Nobody else is at 160 supply yet. PlaysBadly's getting there, but dude, Machico's macro has been... y'all, are y'all dead, lioncat? And PlaysBadly. Zealots in, Stalkers in here too. The Immortals on the backside are going to crush these Thors. That's not even fair. This base of PlaysBadly, it's a planetary. No, it's not. It's a deaditary. Ha 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 ha. Responding again, Thors, but there are 7 Immortals here, sir. Okay, let the Immortals in. Let the Immortals in. Siege the siege tanks up. Mass Thor is not a thing against Protoss or Terran. For this reason, DTs, no. Thors, no. I think that's your game. I'm looking at it. I'm trying to figure out where on earth you go from here. That is an object lesson in not making Mass Thor. PlaysBadly calls the GG. lioncat at 81 supply. Planetary goes down here too. I don't know what potentially the victory is here. Machico, what's his APM at? 89 on average. ZelenKai calls it GG here too. DTs from lioncat, however, doing their best even when detected. Doing some work. Big fan. They got 2-2 upgrades. They're tough. They're tanky. They got the DT Blink upgrade. They're going to avenge their Thor buddies by wiping out these Immortals. Not a bad idea. Freaking Machico's expanding down the south side of the map. You guys can see that, right? Hang on. The DTs are here. So, I mean, supply-wise, it's still really bad for Team PlaysBadly and lioncat. But the army's kind of going home against this mass DT thing. Wow. Yeah, scanning only to see 15 DTs, and you know your time is at an end. What are we looking at here for army? It's 14 DTs, 5 Stalkers, and a Zealot. Right now for lioncat. Love that composition. In team games, maybe it's even viable. So, again, PlaysBadly's got more bases where those ones came from. He lost a planetary, but that's fine. He's down here now. But like I said, expanding down here, Machico, he's developing a bank. He's barely mining from these bases because he just has too many of them for the workers to actually be able to saturate them all. I mean, kind of the same problem here for lioncat, at least a little bit, right? 63 probes. I guess we could saturate these gases. That would help. Yep. So we're working on Zelnaga Watchtower down south being held by team right side, Team ZelenKai. Nobody's holding this one. So, PlaysBadly. Let's see. He says, Mass Thor, bad idea. Enemy had Immortals, actually. All my Thors died. Ooh, Fleet Beacon on the way from lioncat. Tectonic Destabilizers coming in here from Machico, and he's making Tempests. I've been informed that I am mistaken. ZelenKai's like, nah, you're correct. It was a GG. You're dead. Ooh, let's see. ZelenKai's aggression and arrogance on display here. Tectonic Destabilizers on the way from the Tempest. Bonus versus ground buildings. Well, bonus against flying buildings too, actually. But anyway, point is, that blink ability is so hot. I mean, these DCs are dead, but that was a cool blink. Yeah, they might as well fight. And they do, but they're all dead. And lioncat's down under 100 supply. But guess what? He's up here with Phoenix now. He's lifting and killing SCVs. He's taking missile turret shots to the face. This is a weird game all of a sudden. But again, lioncat does not send me games unless they're interesting in some way. If that had simply been a GG back there at 12 minutes, I don't think he would have sent the game in. But we are continuing. We are persisting. Right? What is grief? If not love, what is the WandaVision line? What is grief if not love persevering? That's what it is. Ah, so deep. What is a good StarCraft game if not a potential GG persevering? Wait! I didn't even look because I assumed you wouldn't go back into Immortals. Do pretty well against Tempests, though. The range, the attack. Yeah, I don't know what we're doing with Tempests. Where'd your Immortals go, dude? Oh, this is interesting all of a sudden. Machico, Immortal production. Carriers against Thors. They're like, hey, we're real sorry about killing all of your Thors earlier. That was mean of us. We're going to only make things that Thors are good against from now on, okay? And PlaysBadly said, appreciate it. That's real nice of you guys. I mean, you still have a couple of tanks left. We have to make it look kind of convincing, right? It can't just look like we're giving up entirely. That's true. That's true, says PlaysBadly. Production tab. More Tempests. Actually, that's lioncat. That's fine. But it is some Immortal production here from Machico. But not carrier. Has he never played against Thors when he has carriers before? Then maybe this is an object lesson for him too. Carriers die to Thors. Broodlords die to Thors. Battlecruisers die to Thors. Tempests die to Thors. What kills Thors? Immortals certainly kill Thors. Siege tanks in equivalent cost and value kill Thors. The answer to Mass Thor is available here for Protoss and for Terran. And I mean, for Zerg, it's Hydroling Bane in equivalent cost. They can handle that no problem, but Lurker's also pretty darn good in that situation. The best way to deal with Thors, if you are a Zerg player, though, is get Vipers, abduct Thors one at a time into just a ball of Lurkers, and they just evaporate. You abduct, evaporate, abduct, evaporate, abduct, evaporate. It's kind of insane. We're going to take every base on this map. We're trying. This one, this one, this one. 3. This one hasn't been taken for some reason. ZelenKai is really thinking about it. But, dude, what in the name of Fergus McDootson are you doing, Machico? You crushed that Thor army with Mass Immortal once. He brings, like, 4 Tempests to the fight. They all die. He brings 3 Immortals to the fight. They all die because there's 3 Immortals, and then the carrier's like, oh, wait, hold on. I have seen this movie before. I have seen this film. Lioncat's Tempest. It's trying to deal with things like Marines. It's really inefficient, but you know, if you've got good micro, it's really not impossible. And suddenly, PlaysBadly's at a maxed out supply here. ZelenKai under 100 supply. Machico 164, producing Immortals 4 at a time. Look at these Thor. Look at these carriers die. Behold the death of the carrier. I mean, these probes are just getting sacked unless they're transferring, in which case he had 100 and plus probes. Never mind. He is just sacking those. Reasonable stuff. Probes are fighting SCVs hilariously. Are the Tempests just kind of wrecking stuff? Sort of, yeah. A little bit. These probes are getting some work done somehow. That should not be happening. But then, quelle surprise! Everybody dies. Tectonic destabilizers in production. Not sure we're going to need it, folks. Once again, Immortals counter Thors. If there are 2 Immortals and 15 Thors, no. Definitely not. Dude, Machico is building nothing. He's getting air armor. What? Look at these carriers die. I mean, Tempests. There's Tempests as well. Excuse me. I'm getting riled up here. Yeah, Thor good against Thor, but not again if you're outnumbered. Oh, yes. So, object lesson here, right? Mass Thor really doesn't work in PvT. Unless you're at a lower level game and maybe it's a team situation and maybe people aren't exactly playing. Ideally, lioncat got that charge upgrade a while ago. Might as well make use of it down here. Wow, and I think that's the GG. Suddenly, Machico and ZelenKai have a combined 100 supply, and that's it. ZelenKai rage quits out and PlaysBadly. lioncat get the win. I have never before seen a game where somebody shows up with Mass Thor, they get wrecked. They get destroyed because of course they do by Immortals, and then make the comeback and win anyway on the backs of DTs. That's crazy. That's really, really crazy stuff. I cannot believe that win. Again, the DTs of lioncat saved the game. If lioncat has got like his, I don't know, like stalkers or something, and the Immortals just crush everything, and then they just keep crushing and all your bases die, you're dead. But the DTs were enough. They slowed the attack. They were detected. It's not like the team right side here was bad enough. They weren't detecting the DTs. They were. There were just so many of them. It was hard to deal with them, especially with the 2-2 upgrades. So amazing stuff. Resources lost, end of the day, PlaysBadly, 20,000. That's a 28 Thors, effectively. 36,000 lost for Machico, though. That is 6 carriers, 7 Tempests, 16 Immortals. 76 Stalkers is a lot, too. But yeah, like I said, hey, we crushed your Thors the first time. You have more Thors. Let us build carriers now. That will be the answer. Tempests. Tempests will take you down too. No! Thors are so good against so many things. But so bad against some things. You just have to know. You have to know what's going on. Anyway, fun game. Like, really, really fantastic game there. I'm very impressed by the comeback. A lot of players would have just left after their Thors all died and like, oh, my Mass Thor strategy didn't work. I guess I'm done here. Nope. Not PlaysBadly. He was there. And lioncat doing some unorthodox stuff himself with the DTs. In fact, he made more DTs than almost anything else in the game. Hold on. Yeah, he made more DTs than anything but Zealots today and Probes, which don't count. So, hey, Mass DT. Not really a strategy in 1v1, but in team games, why not? Why wouldn't it be? All right. Well, that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void, a good mid-rank madness game between with PlaysBadly and lioncat. Well done, you guys. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw, what you heard today as well. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook. I'm on. Well, hang on a second. We're on Twitter, Facebook. We're on Blue Sky, Instagram, all these great places. Check them out. Reddit too. Reddit.com/FalconPaladin if you're a Redditor. So that's going to be it. And that's going to be it for me. All right. So again, thanks for watching. Till next time, you take care of yourself. Bye.